Again. All right, so we're on to intuitive living. Intuitive living is a jewel. It's, to me, based in spirituality, but it's also a big part of us trusting our own inner knowing, our own inner sense. This will be especially challenging if you have been conditioned to believe that you can't trust your own self or that you don't know well enough. And that can come out of a religious environment, a toxic faith community, or even a home environment where parent figures never gave you permission to trust yourself, to make your own decisions and choices as a child or beyond. And it can also be sometimes through just the set of beliefs, underlying beliefs that our parent figures have that are modeled to us, and we just unconsciously pick them up, and then we land up in many ways as our parents did. Of course, we're able to change those patterns, we're able to break out any cycles that we want, but it will take energy, it will take effort. So, I wanted to share a few things that are basic for growing your intuition. And a lot of it is going to be also growing your sense of trust in you. It's going to start by keeping promises to yourself. When you say you're going to do something, following through. And that might mean, I'm going to take a walk today. But then, you get busy through the day, things come up. Here's what I'm going to suggest. Make sure if you say I'm going to take a walk today, that you still go out, even if it's for 2 minutes, and you take a short walk, because it is much better for your entire being to actually know you followed through. Because cognitive dissonance is when we say one thing, we do something else. And it's toxic, it's not good for us. So it's actually better for your brain that you follow through, that you show up as who you authentically are. And you'll feel a sense of satisfaction. Oh, I took that walk that I said I was going to take. It's okay if it's short. You still took a walk. You still followed through. You still kept that promise to yourself. That could also mean you're deciding you're going to sleep in one morning. Fine. You decided you were going to sleep in, you sleep in. There's no shame in that. You even planned it. So it's not like you just disregarded your alarm going off. You said, today I'm not going to get up at my alarm. I'm going to sleep in. If you plan that, then that's still holding true to your word, keeping a promise to yourself. Another factor that's going to be important in strengthening your intuition is learning to become aware of your body, aware of your physical sensations, and that will be a gradual process. Becoming mindful is when you recognize why you do what you do, and you pause before you do it to consider, do I want to do this? What is underneath this idea? If I don't want to take a sip of coffee right now, is it because I think, well, maybe that's not appropriate when I'm recording this video? Or is it just that I don't need to take a sip of coffee right now. I'm enjoying conversation with you, and I'll have my coffee after. It's this idea that we understand a little bit more about our why. And it's also being aware of what's going on in our body. So I talked about if you take that walk, even for 2 minutes, when you told yourself you were gonna, and you could see it's a struggle. It hasn't happened yet. I'm gonna have to make time for it. Will I? I mentioned how you might feel within yourself a sense of satisfaction. Literally, within my body, I feel this sense of, all right, I did what I said I was going to do. It's like a settling in my gut. But for you, it might feel different. And so it's becoming aware of our bodies, becoming aware of ourselves in the everyday, moment by moment. So sometimes I feel tension in my shoulder blades, and I know, oh, I'm holding responsibility. and I'm holding the pressure. I'm believing that all the pressure is on me. And so I just sometimes will do a actual movement to release that, or I'll breathe. There's many things you can do, but getting more connected with yourself is going to be a sure means of strengthening your intuition. You're also going to have to practice, and that means you will fail some of the time or make a mistake, and that's okay. It's a normal part of living to make mistakes, to fail, if you want to call it that. So there will be times that I just have a sense that I'm supposed to do something, whether it's take something with me in the car, a second bottle of water, or it's to give somebody that I don't know, a stranger, a Dunkin' Donuts gift card. It's all sorts of things. I have learned, I had to practice, literally the repetition of. I had to practice following through on those intuitive senses. And sometimes I could have been right. Sometimes I didn't ever figure it out. I don't know why I needed the 2 bottles of water. Other times I needed the 2 bottles of water for a very specific reason that I didn't know beforehand and that I later on saw. So it's all sorts of reasons. And I have learned that I can't logically get myself out of it. So there's times recently, for an example, that I feel like I need to bring my laptop bag with me. And I'll say, I don't really need to bring my laptop bag. Why? And then I'll be driving in the car and I'll realize, oh, my wallet was inside of my laptop bag. And I like having my wallet, or I needed to have my wallet with me. But I didn't logically figure that out. If anything, logically, I would have left the laptop bag at home. But I said, you know what? I don't have to understand it. I'll just take it with me. What's the worst thing? I didn't need the laptop bag and it was with me in the car. No big deal, right? So it's learning to listen and follow through with the things that we sense. Now, maybe there's going to be times you get it wrong. There are times when I feel like there is something I'm supposed to say to somebody, and I don't know if it resonates with them. It's kind things, okay? I'm talking about loving, kind, encouraging things. But I'm following through. And again, what's the worst thing? Somebody heard something nice about themselves. We can all use that, right? There's other times, though, that specifically meant something very profound to the person I shared it with, and I didn't know them, or I didn't know that they needed to hear that. So it's a gradual process. I do believe some of us are designed in a way where this is easier for us, but I believe we can all grow in it. And if you feel like there's some things going on more deeply for you that are creating a resistance in you, a hesitation, or an inability to move forward in some of these areas that I'm suggesting, then please set up a separate individual session to meet with me, because we can work through some of the past unresolved trauma or just the past life experiences that you have that you feel like would inhibit you from practicing these things that I'm mentioning. So again, growing intuition, strengthening your inner knowing, comes through a deeper confidence in yourself. I do channel the source of unconditional love as I am meditating, as I am looking to sense and to see what is it that I'm supposed to know for me, what is it that I'm supposed to know for the next person, the person that I'm sitting across from, the person that I'm about to meet. But even that practice has become something that's easier for me the more often that I do it. And within that space, and I touch on this in the workbook, I am quieting myself in that meditative space to see what visualizations come to me. And those images allow me to have a deeper understanding of things going on for me, or things coming to me in the future, or the same for someone else. So I take the images that I see and then I try to attach words to them. So for example, if I'm just going to quiet myself right now and I'm going to intuitively share with you. Now, there are many of you watching, but I'm asking for an intuitive message that applies to many of you. And then I'll try to walk you through how that is, how I go about this, okay? I didn't premeditate this. This is right now. So, I don't think it's important. I don't always have to close my eyes. Sometimes I do. I don't often. So I see this picture of a spring of water. Water's coming out from the fountain, from the spring. And I hear these words that there's an abundant life. There's abundance for you. There's abundance available for us. And that I then see as if it's all these people being welcome to come in. It's like paved ground. So you can walk in and come near the spring, the fountain of water, and it shoots out. And you get sprinkled by it if you come close. And I see this, and I feel this sense that it's an invitation. It's an invitation for all of us to come from the sidelines into the middle and to experience and receive this abundant life. But there's a choice in it. You see, you don't have to come from the sidelines into the middle. That's your choice. Some of us are running because we know we want the abundant life. We're running. We want more. We want better. We want brighter. We want deeper and more expansive. I see others hesitant, and that's okay. It's okay if you're hesitant, if you're unsure. The beauty is that you're allowed to sit. You're allowed to watch us experience the abundance, and then you're allowed to decide for yourself, do I want that? And if you want that, you can come close. I see others getting there but struggling to get there. It's taking more time. It's taking more energy. But they're trying. They're trying. They're crawling on their hands and knees. They're trying. And they're getting there. It's just a different pace. And I want to encourage any of you that are on the healing journey. You're doing your part. You're doing it. But it's difficult. It's hard. I want you to know you're going to make it. You're on your way. You're on the right path. You're getting there. The more, the abundance, the euphoric living, it's coming to you. And so I hope that as I walked through that you're able to just catch an idea of what it's like for me when I just pause and get into a meditative state. I see the visualizations, the images, and then I sense, see, or hear words. And sometimes the words may not actually align with the pictures. Maybe the message I give you doesn't resonate. That doesn't mean, it means that I'm learning. I'm not always going to get it right. But the more I practice, the more we practice anything, the better we get.